Hello guys, welcome to Thursday the 26th of March 2020, self-isolation day number 5, even though it's not actually number 5 because prior to starting this series on here I had already been self-isolating for a week. So whatever number you see, add a week to it. It's like 7 days, and that's the actual number of how long I've been in self-isolation. It's coming to you in the evening again. It's 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. I don't know, had a very unproductive day, and I think this is one of the things I need to rectify this, because there's only so long I can go just like not doing anything productive. I need to tidy my house. Not my house, it's not my house, it's my parents', but I need to tidy my room. I need to do things. I don't know, there's things I could be doing that I'm not doing, and it really annoys me. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing that I'm just hoping eventually it will come to me and I'll start doing the things that I want to do. So I put a tweet up on my Twitter earlier this morning, kind of not long after I'd woken up, about how I find it interesting that like a lot of people seem to be struggling with like ways to entertain themselves, and for me that's like the one thing I'm definitely not struggling with. You know, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just how I am. I've always found it very easy to entertain myself. I honestly never feel bored. The only times, ironically, in my life that I've ever genuinely felt bored are when I'm in situations or positions where it's out of my control and I have to do something that to me is boring and I can't get out of it. So, you know, back when I was at uni, for instance, I might be in a lecture, and then I might find that lecture very boring, but I would be stuck in that lecture. I'd have to do it because it's part of my university course. Or I might go to like an event or a party or something, and I might find that boring, but then because it's like, you know, it's rude to leave, I might have to stay there for a bit. So anything that is out of my control are the only times in my life that I've genuinely felt bored. When I'm in the house and I'm in my own, like I can control everything myself, is when I honestly never get bored. So to me it's always been interesting. Even as a child growing up, I've always found it easy to be happy, number one, with my own company, and then also to just find things to do. I am literally never bored when I'm on my own, and I know that's probably might sound like a strange thing for you to hear, because I think a lot of people are struggling with that, whereas I'm not. But I know I'm not alone in this. There are some people who are more like me as well, who find it easier to kind of be on their own and find ways to kind of do stuff to entertain themselves. For me, that is not an issue at all. In fact, I think one of my issues right now is that there are so many things I want to do and know I can do, and know I probably even should do, and I'm overwhelmed almost by the amount of things that I could do. Like, I wake up every day and I'm like, oh my god, like there's so many things I could and should do, and then because of the vibe, not because I don't want to, but just because of the situation that we're in and the fact that I am stressed, like just about everything, I end up going down the easy route of just kind of watching films. Like, I've been watching a lot of like Mickey Mouse shorts on Disney Plus. I watched like, I think nearly 2 episodes, not 2 episodes, sorry, of course an episode is only about 5 minutes, 2 seasons. I watched the first 2 seasons of the Mickey Mouse shorts on Disney Plus last night. It took about 2 hours. Every short is about 5 minutes, but when you watch like a whole 20 episodes in every series, like so 40 episodes altogether, then obviously it's going to take about 2 hours. And I loved it, you know, it was great. Unproductive completely, but it was great for my mind. I was just enjoying it. I was laughing, it was distracting, it was fun. I love the Mickey Mouse shorts. If you haven't watched them, totally recommend them. They're some of my favourite things ever. And I'd watched some of them before, here and there, but it was just nice to kind of watch them all together. And so I think that's my problem. I find myself to kind of want to do basically the easiest thing. Like I think I said a few videos back that I feel like at the moment I'm just existing, I'm not living. And it's not a bad existence, you know, I'm enjoying the films that I'm watching, but I feel like the only thing that I really want to do right now is just watch things that are distracting. And it's really weird because honestly, normally I'm not a watcher, if that's a thing. Like, if under normal circumstances, if I had a few like free days to myself and I could do whatever I wanted, I would choose to read a book or play the piano or edit a video. I would choose to do something active rather than something passive, like watching, you know. I honestly, like, I'm notoriously known as somebody who doesn't normally watch a lot of TV shows or doesn't normally watch a lot of films. I just don't watch a lot of stuff. You know how for a lot of people, ooh, just got a little text, like in their everyday life, they spend almost every evening watching Netflix a bit. I don't do that. Like, I'm just not a watcher. I do watch YouTube sometimes, like quite a bit, you know. YouTube I do watch, but I feel like YouTube is different than Netflix because it's shorter, like videos on YouTube normally. I know my videos are long, but yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like I just don't normally want to spend a lot of time in a different world in terms of TV or films. I'd rather be doing something more active. Even reading is more active than just passively watching something. Yet now, I just want to just sit down, lay down or something and just watch something and have things be fed to me rather than me doing any work to escape. So I think that's the thing that I've noticed. I'm obviously wanting to escape because it's a weird time, so I kind of want distractions, but I'm using the easiest way to do that, and then I'm feeling a bit guilty about it and annoyed. But never feeling like, oh my god, there's nothing to do and I'm going to be bored, because there's always something to do. And I think this is what I wrote on my Twitter, the fact that I just don't understand people who are finding it so difficult. But just because I don't understand it doesn't mean it's not valid. But like I said, in the day and in the world that we live in right now, we're very lucky. There's internet, you know, there are films. Even if you don't have a Netflix subscription or if you don't have Disney Plus, there's still YouTube. You know, there are still ways to entertain yourself. And even, like, the thing is, even if I didn't have any of those, I would still find ways to entertain myself. I just never struggle with that. I don't know what that says about me, but even if I had nothing, this is the thing. Let's go back to the example of, like, for me, normally the times when I felt the most bored have been when things have been out of my control. So if I've been in a lecture and I've found the lecture boring, if I was allowed to then kind of take a piece of paper and write something on it or draw something or doodle something, I would then no longer feel bored, you know. And I have been known to do that. I used to do that sometimes because I was like, the lecture's too boring and I need to not be bored, so I'm just gonna take matters into my control and just draw something. And this is what I mean. Like, I can always find a way to make myself entertained or keep my mind busy, you know. And because of that, I don't struggle, number one, being on my own, and number two, being forced to be in the house. That's okay for me. I don't mind having to be in the house. For me, my main struggle with this lockdown is that, like, obviously I think I do really miss exercising. I do miss it a lot. I've gone from, like, doing 20,000 steps a day to now, like I said, if I'm lucky 1,000. I don't even wear my Apple Watch anymore. Like, for the past 3 days I've stopped even wearing it. It ran out of battery and I just haven't charged it yet to wear it again because I don't really see the point. For me, the Apple Watch was like a way to see, kind of track what I was doing and stuff, and I'm just like, well, what's the point? And it's really sad. So I do miss exercising, but I think the main thing for me is just, because I live with my family and there's 4 of us in this building, I'm just a bit like, well, how long can we, like, it's not natural. It's not natural for anyone right now, the position that we're all in. And I'm just a little bit stressed about, like, what this is going to mean for us in the long run. It's only been about 10 days or something so far and we're managing fine. I'm actually really proud of everyone in our family for, like, how they've kind of tried to do their part in trying to be as respectful as possible to make this work, because I think we all realise that it's not gonna be easy. And, like, we've had some great times. You know, I played chess with my brother the other night. I hadn't played chess with him in ages, since I was a child probably. We've played a couple of family games together, so we were doing a few bits here and there. But, like, tonight I decided to have my dinner on my own. I was just like, I was honest with my family. I was like, I'm sorry guys, but I feel like the stakes are a bit high. Like, we're all kind of in a bit of a, I could feel like we were all in a very weird mood, all of us today. Like, you know, just wasn't the best. I was like, do you guys mind if I just eat in my room, because you know, it's been nice spending a lot of time with my family, but I just felt like I needed one evening to just kind of to myself. So and if you guys don't know, I only eat once a day, so I only eat one meal a day, so I did that. And I don't even feel guilty about it, because it isn't natural for us to be spending so much time together. Like, it's not. I don't even know what I'm saying. I feel like there's so much on my mind. I did an Instagram live a few hours ago, and that was really lovely. A lot of you guys came and joined me along. Also, I keep saying like a lot of you guys, I haven't told anyone that I'm doing these videos, these self-isolation videos. Like, no one. I have not promoted these anywhere yet. I don't know if I want to. I might do it later, eventually. At the moment, I quite like that nobody knows about them. I mean, some people do, and I actually got a really lovely comment from one of my viewers on my Sam for God channel. Somebody, I can't remember their name. I'll find it and mention it tomorrow if I remember. But they said, thank you for doing those self-isolation videos. I'm really enjoying them, as well as your videos here. So it made me realise that some people are actually watching. So that was really lovely. But yeah, I don't know if I still don't know if I want to like tell people that I'm doing these. Some people have found these videos already. Like, I've gained a few subscribers without saying anything, even though I've not promoted them or anything. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'm quite comfortable with this being like a very private thing. Like, only a few people are watching and no one will know about it. But maybe eventually I will. If you are somebody who's watching it right now, maybe leave a comment and let me know if you are, if this is helping in any way, if you think I should kind of share it and make the community a bit bigger and let people know that I'm doing this, if anybody else wants to join. But I don't think I do at the moment. I really like the fact that it's just kind of for me to get my thoughts out. So yeah, maybe people will find out eventually, but I'm not going to be promoting it yet myself, I don't think. It's Friday tomorrow. Days are just all feeling the same now, and I think that's another thing that I'm finding really sad. I need to kind of, I think I need a bit of a schedule in my life to kind of, it's weird, guys, it's just weird. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just one of those weird things. I read something about like the future of theatre in the West End and London and stuff, and what this whole thing is going to mean for them. I think it was just a speculation article. There weren't any facts there, but like, I've been worried a lot about Disney for some reason, even though they're a big company and they're going to be fine. Obviously it's going to affect them, they're losing a lot of money every day, but they're still going to be fine. But yeah, this article made me sad about theatre as well. Like, it's like, I think this article is saying that some shows are going to probably struggle to even reopen. Some of the newer shows, like Prince of Egypt, opened a few months ago, and it had only been open for about a month or so before obviously this all happened and they had to close. And I hadn't seen it yet, and I was planning to, but this was saying that it might not have like the means to reopen. Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg is more or less cancelled, because Whoopi Goldberg has said that she doesn't want to come to London. She lives in America, and understandably so in these circumstances. She's like said that she doesn't feel comfortable traveling. Like, I don't know when it was meant to happen. I don't think it's meant to happen just yet, but even so, they'd need to like rehearse and stuff, and she's kind of said, I can't really leave America right now with this, what's going on in the world, so that's probably not going to happen. I think the only kind of shows that are going to survive this are like the big ones like Les Mis and Phantom and Hamilton and like Wicked maybe. But I feel like a lot of new shows might kind of struggle a lot. I don't know, it's sad. It's sad. I feel for the performers, you know, anyone who works in theatre. I feel for everyone. This is the thing, I'm constantly sad for everyone. And this is something I've never mentioned anywhere online, and it's not because I'm like ashamed of it or anything, but I do see a therapist, and I've been obviously seeing my therapist through phone calls recently because social distancing, and she said something interesting to me. She was like, you seem to like be thinking about everyone but yourself. Like, are you actually not sad about what's happening to your life? Like, you've lost a holiday as well, you've lost things, are you not sad? And I was like, I don't know, like I am gutted, but like there's so many bigger things happening that I'm genuinely not thinking about like myself much at all. I think I'm so overwhelmed with all the sad things happening in the world, and everyone losing stuff, and people being in much worse like situations than me. Like, I am very privileged in many ways, and so I'm just like, I don't know. She kept saying like, surely you must be sad, and I'm not saying I'm not sad, but I don't know if I am actually that sad for myself. I don't know. I think I'm just, it's such a bizarre situation that I'm just, it's one of those really sad things where like Italy, there was this thing about how Italy, there has been so, the situation with the virus has been so overwhelming in Italy that like some doctors have had to choose who to save and who to let die, or who to kind of prioritize in terms of like, because they don't have enough beds and they don't have enough hospitals and stuff. And sadly some people have had to die because they were older, and because the doctors had to kind of say, we're going to prioritize treating people that are younger. I feel like I have to prioritize who to feel sad for, because there's so many sad things going on in the world, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Like, literally, the sadness, the darkness of what's happening in the world is so big and overwhelming. I don't know what to focus on. So it's just been weird, you know. I have friends of mine, you know, my friend Rebecca, she lost obviously her honeymoon, but that's still fine, because I know somebody else who has lost her wedding, can't have her wedding now, has had to cancel or postpone her wedding or their wedding now until who knows when. I can't imagine how stressful that might be. I know some people who, like, one of my friends was like, you know, training for the marathon, obviously that's been postponed, she's finding that a struggle. But then all of this again is really nothing compared to like people who have lost jobs, and people who are probably like might have to kind of leave where they're staying in right now. They might become homeless. They just don't know, because money is a big issue to them and they have lost a lot of income, like, and they're stressed out about that. Like, I am also feeling incredibly sad for those people, because I can't even imagine how that must be, being in that situation, like knowing all this happening, and also not knowing what your future's going to be because you don't have any income, and like you don't know what your life's going to be. A lot of people have lost jobs, you know. And then on top of this, there are like all the people who are actually working, like still working in this situation. Supermarket people in the supermarket, you know, teachers, people who can't work from home, and of course the main people like that are like saving basically this situation, healthcare people, doctors, nurses, anyone who is working in hospital on the front line of this. I feel sad for them. I'm like, lordy, I can't even imagine what their like life is like, and I know circumstances aren't the best for them. Definitely not in the UK. Like, I don't think they all have enough material, enough ways to protect themselves whilst they're fighting this, yet they're still going to work because that's their job. So like, and obviously on top of all this, there are people that are actually dying, you know. There are people that have the virus and are dying every single day. So it's like, what do you focus on? There are so many sad things going on, and like that's why my brain's going crazy, because like the other day, like I said, I was thinking about how gutted I am for Disney, because Disney is losing a lot of money. But then does that even matter when there are people dying? Does it matter that I might not be able to like celebrate my 30th birthday in a few months' time the way I wanted to when there are people dying? And the answer to that is that it's okay, it does matter. I'm allowed to feel sad about that, but I guess I'm just really good at seeing the big picture. I don't know. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Goodbye, see you tomorrow.